And that nigga has said multiple times he wants to make more kids. Like, nigga, damn. Enough. Like, you know?
So let's take a look at rappers who have had to wrestle with the situation and...
Oh, no, not Freddie Gibbs. No, bro. One of his baby mamas leaked a video of him spreading his butt cheeks open for some reason. I don't know why. Look, and take that with a grain of salt. I have not directly seen that myself. That's not information that I need to confirm. They were on Twitter calling him Spready Gibbs. Yo, I'm just gonna say it. Why are you sending pictures of your bungus to your girl? Why would you do that?
Racist against rappers, they all look the same to him. They used to beg him not to egg him on Halloween. You told him holler back with the suede Pumas, dollar green. Nah, I mean, heat it up till the temperature tarball. Y'all just gawk like gargoyle.
There's 3 things on this planet that most rappers fear the most. Number 1 is the IRS. Number 2 is record labels. And number 3 is support court. Hey, I have an interesting video by Louaista. Hip hop has a baby mama problem. No truer words have ever been spoken. The issue with rappers is that a lot of rappers are simply just niggas that had gotten a lot of money. And when there's niggas with monies, there's gonna be a bitch who wants that money. So we're gonna find out just how bad the baby mama problem is in the hip hop community.
There are many temptations in the world of hip hop. Some get into drugs, others squander their fortunes on things they don't really need, and others can't leave behind the life they once led in the hood. But one systemic issue in rap that often goes overlooked is the problem of rappers and their multiple baby mama. Because if you aren't...
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's crazy to just become a millionaire and then like have to pay monthly payments because you couldn't keep it in your pants, bro. That's crazy.
Willing to step up to the plate and raise those kids. It can do some serious damage to your reputation. And worse, serious damage to the kids who are left caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, for real.
Of all the bitter fighting and public controversy. It's your boy Louaista, and today we're taking a look at hip-hop's baby mama problem and the toll it takes on everyone involved.
That was a nice little
Although
edit.
you likely know who some of the people we're going to be referencing.
Yeah, we know you gotta talk about Future, NBA Youngboy. Is that Lil Wayne right there?
In this video are, it's important to note that the issue of rappers spreading their seed without properly considering the consequences isn't solely an issue of the newer generation. And to understand how it affects the modern generation of rappers, we must first look at the issues it caused for others. This includes a rapper who many hip-hop heads would consider to be one of the greatest of all time. Over the course of his much too short life, DMX fathered 17 children.
17?
From 11 women. Where once he was at the top of the game, the fact that he had so recklessly impregnated women came back to bite him when rapping wasn't as lucrative for the dog anymore. And
that's insane. He's hitting, that's way above Nick Cannon numbers.
2013, he had child support debts which surpassed $1.2 million.
What?
Then in 2015, he was sentenced to 6 months in prison for delinquency on $400,000 of child support.
Man, hell no, bro. At that point, man, just pick up the kid, bro. Oh, God.
Like many of the rappers who've gone down this path, X had no strong male role model when he was growing up either. In fact, his home life was far from ideal, and this leads to the creation of collective trauma. In X's case, this unfortunately came to light on a TV show for the whole world to see. The pain X and his kids both felt became clear during a showdown with his son Xavier, where he was asked to go completely sober in order to have a bond with his adult son. But unfortunately, X, who had a horrifying childhood in his own right, and first smoked crack as a teenager, couldn't promise that.
That's what you want. A relationship. A healthy relationship with you. Can we have that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've...
Clean. Completely clean.
What do you mean?
You.
That's what you're asking me for?
Because that's the only way it's gonna happen. How are we gonna have a nice, healthy relationship if you're toxic?
Well, if there's gonna be a condition, if there's gonna be a demand, all I've given you is unconditional love, I'm not gonna change for anyone. My son wants nothing from me. I have so much to offer. I still love you.
I love you too.
I guess I'll see you at my funeral then.
I hate that so much, bro. Oh my gosh. Rest in peace, DMX. That's wow. Wow.
Tragically, X would die at just 50 years old, with his cause of death being a cocaine-induced heart attack.
Jesus.
Leaving so much unsaid and unresolved. To make matters worse, X's recklessness meant that it made things incredibly messy when X sadly departed, with more alleged kids coming out of the woodwork to stake a claim to his estate.
Oh no.
So while someone like Nick Cannon having 12 kids with 6 women is basically a meme at this point, there are case studies which show the true toll that this unfortunate trend in hip-hop has on everyone involved.
Okay, but like, nah. I guess Nick Cannon is part of hip hop, you know, because when you think of Nick Cannon, you don't think of hip hop. You think of Wildin' Out or him hosting a TV show. You don't really think of him as a rapper.
And more crucially,
that nigga has said multiple times he wants to make more kids. Like, nigga, damn, enough. Like, you know,
how it has reinforced negative stereotypes as well. Just look at the late Shawty Lo, for example. Back in the 2010s, it was revealed that the D4L rapper, who had 11 kids to 10 moms, would be the star of a reality show on Oxygen entitled All My Baby Mamas.
Hell no. Hell no. That's a crazy That's a crazy show, bro.
From the minute it was announced, people were deeply concerned about how this reflected on society, and it soon led to a petition to cancel the show, which received over 37,000 signatures.
Thank you, bro. Thank goodness, because we cannot keep on normalizing this. This is not okay. That's not okay. 11 baby mom, like 10 baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, bro, I'm looking at the baby mamas crazy too. After the first two, I feel like after the second baby mama, any more than that, both of y'all are ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? 10 baby mamas. Jesus Christ, bro.
In the clip I saw, Lo couldn't even remember the names of all of his 11 children.
No way.
Said one of the campaigners who led the fight against it in an interview. This is not funny to me. What's so funny about this? This is not just an attack on African American parents and children, but all parents and children.
It's a horrible look. I don't know why they tried to do that. She looked like she would cause the most problems. What in the world? Yeah, I'm good on that.
As dysfunctional and violent as so-called reality shows are, could you ever imagine a 1-hour spectacle where 11 children are forced to witness their 10 unwed mothers clamor for financial support?
That's crazy.
Emotional attention and sexual reward from Shawty Lo, the apathetic father. Suddenly, Shawty Lo, who would also tragically die young, would be forced to try to defend himself to the conservative media. And it seemed like he was just too stuck in the same cycle as DMX.
I think a big fear also was that it was going to glorify the idea of pretty much everybody I've ever spoken with views as something that was irresponsible, having so many kids with so many women. Do you think that given your situation as a dad of 11 kids with 10 women, you are in a position to send the right message about parental responsibility?
Basically, you know, everybody wasn't born with a silver spoon, mister. Basically, like I said, I came from a very hard upbringing. I can't take back what happened.
Although the show never aired, people being concerned about Shawty Lo's reality shouldn't have been the real focus, because by all accounts, he was a man who was in his children's lives and took care of them.
Okay, I mean, if he's in the kids' lives, but who said, so then who was saying that he couldn't remember all of the kids' names? Yo, you know what? That's on me, bro. That's why you can't take everything. You can't just take everything that you see on the internet at face value, bro.
As a result, neither the baby mamas themselves or any of Shawty's enemies in hip-hop could ever hold that against him. But for today's artists who lived a similar life, the era of social media has meant that this has gone from being a personal issue on the fringes of hip-hop to a real problem, which can permanently damage the parties involved. So let's take a look at rappers who have had to wrestle with this situation and...
Oh, no, not Freddie Gibbs. No, bro. I don't even want to go into Freddie Gibbs, bro. Somebody, they were on Twitter calling him Spready Gibbs, bro. I can't do it.
More often than not,
I think one of his baby mamas leaked a video of him spreading his butt cheeks open for some reason. I don't know why. Look, and take that with a grain of salt. I have not directly seen that myself. That's not information that I need to confirm. I'm just gonna hear it and I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm not even gonna fact check it, bro. I'm just gonna go on with my day.
Came out looking more like a deadbeat than dad of the year in the eyes of hip-hop fans. And where better to start than the toxic king himself? Over the course of his
She belongs to the streets
career, Future has fathered 8 kids with 8 women. Since the start of his journey to fame, being a father has been an integral part of Future's public image and persona. Initially, he was seen as a role model, largely due to how he presented himself in this role.
You are an amazing man, because I don't know how you keep them all friendly.
Man, you gotta be a nice guy, you feel me? It's easy though for me though.
It's just crazy that he sounds exactly like how he raps. Like it's insane.
How is it easy to just have all the baby mamas just get along?
Man, just put the kids first, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Over time, this perception would starkly shift, as somehow that version of Future is the same man that would later say the following in an interview with GQ. People have their own definition of what toxic is. These women all were toxic to me. They just don't want to admit it. Over the years, Future has weathered tons of negative attention and bad press, stemming from his ongoing war with his baby mamas over what they see as his mistreatment of them and the neglect of the kids. Take his baby mama, Brittany Mealy, for example. They've been at war for years over their son Prince. It's even been alleged that he even referred to her as a hoe in a text message to their 8-year-old son.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy work, bro. What in the hell?
With Brittany stating, he texts this to a child. You a real coward. He's 8 years old, stupid. Later, she revealed that Future hadn't seen his son for 3 months despite being in the same state. Never went to apologize or back down.
Okay. I need to hear Future's side of that. I need to hear Future's side of that, bro. Because we've already seen earlier in this video, you can't just take everything at face value.
His infamous Mother's Day tweets saw him declare that the only mothers of his children, Hendrik and Cash, were real ones. While in 2019, it took Eliza Serafin taking him to court for him to admit that their child was his. Later, she sued him for damages over allegations he made that she had purposefully gotten herself pregnant rather than because of the 2 years of unprotected sex the parties previously engaged in.
Jesus, I ain't gonna lie, if I became a rapper, I'd just get a vasectomy off rip. As soon as the record label signs the deal, first thing I'm doing with that money is snipping it, bro. I'm shooting blanks. That kid is not mine.
Despite the fact that Future has proclaimed that it's the woman who sparked the downfall of these relationships and created distance between himself and his offspring, there are numerous scenarios where this very clearly isn't the case.
I love Future's music, but let's be honest, gang. You know, I mean, 8 different baby mamas. There's a common denominator, and it's not the baby mamas. That's all I'm gonna say.
Take his relationship with Sierra, who welcomed baby Future in 2014. That relationship ended when Sierra, who is now married to Russell Wilson, discovered that Future had been having an affair with his wardrobe consultant, Tarina Lee.
Nigga, damn. My God. The person, you had an affair with the woman who fashions your fits? That's crazy.
In contrast, she and Russell Wilson actually remained celibate until they got married. As of now, Russell has been there for his child to the extent that people think he has more right to the title of father than the multi-platinum selling star who helped create him. The dad that stepped up, no questions. That's Russell's son. Y'all keep saying stepdaddy. That's a father.
Oh, he's taking care of Future's son. Oh. No, I mean, yo, if Russell really loves that kid and that kid loves Russell, yeah, that's the dad. I look, like I said, bro, just because I like the artist doesn't mean I'm finna be delusional and be like, Future could do no wrong. Like, no, nigga, that nigga is, come on, bro. They're kids. Like, I don't care if you dub the baby mamas, but come on, bro. The kids.
On the other hand of the spectrum, Future was clowned for his disconnection to the child after he bought him a Rolex for his 5th birthday.
Oh my Jesus.
Happy birthday.
This clip went viral, prompting social media.
I've never seen this. I'm crying. Future got his son a Rolex for his 5th birthday, and Buddy said thanks like it was a lukewarm Capri Sun.
Responses such as, "I'm crying. Future got his son a Rolex for his 5th birthday, and Buddy said thanks like it was a lukewarm Capri Sun. All his homies got Avenger toy sets and action figures. Baby Future sitting in the playground with a goddamn Rolex, looking lost. I know for a fact that Lil Future did not want a Rolex at the age of 5, seemingly only showing up to the big events as opposed to putting the kids first like he originally claimed. There is no more clear-cut example of the effect that Future's negligent ways have on not only his reputation, but the child themselves, than his baby with Jessica Smith. Brought into the world in 2002, Jacoby Wilborn is the firstborn son of Future. But even though the first child is
he making music?
Usually treated it as a divine gift, it appears that's not how it went down this time. In 2013, Jessica first sued him for child support and claimed that he lied about his income to minimize the payments he had to make. Then, 3 years on, she sued him again and claimed that the $2,800 a month allowance would no longer suffice.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. In 2016, you were only given $2,000 a month for child support. Future was only given $2,000 in child support. That's a whole, like, and don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money to somebody like me. To somebody like Future, that's the type that you throw at a stripper's ass when she's shaking it. You know what I'm saying?
She had to send her child to therapy in order for him to process the trauma of his father's neglect.
Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna need some papers for that one. I just got trust issues, bro. I can't just take everything that I hear for facts.
In the suit, she also stated that Future had harmed the child by failing to maintain a loving and meaningful relationship with him. Although it's unclear exactly where the truth lies, it doesn't change the fact that Jacoby, who is an aspiring rapper under the name King Kobe, has had issues. As in January of 2020, a 20-year-old Jacoby was arrested on charges.
He's 20?
Of criminal gang activity, criminal trespass, and altered ID of a firearm.
Yeah, nah, bro. That's hell no. Yeah, that's definitely part of a cycle right there. Come on, Future. Come on, bro.
During a gang buzz. Considering he's the heir to Future's immense fortune, it makes no sense for him to be leading that kind of life. Unless, of course, he has baggage stemming from abandonment. Despite this, Kobe still cites his dad as an inspiration.
Just by seeing it being there right there though, like
he even has the same mannerisms as Future.
Seeing how other people react to his music, and he just being my dad, like just looking at the crowd react to him and how goddamn he get awards and winning stuff. It's just like, dang, I can do that. Like, there's a possibility I can get that same award and people can know all my songs word for word just like they know his song. Well, that's one of my main influences for real.
But I'm not hearing, and that's kind of sad to me because you're talking about his whole rap career, but you're not talking about, he's not saying like what he's done for specifically, like, you know, whatever, bro.
Where Future previously portrayed himself as a potential figure, one person who will be the first to admit that he's not made for the role is NBA Youngboy.
Yeah, no, nigga, you can't just say I'm not made to be a father and then proceed to keep on nutting inside of a whole bunch of women. Yeah, no, I'm not hearing you out.
At 24 years old, the Baton Rouge rapper has 11 kids to 7 different women. And where Future tried to maintain an illusion that they all got along, Youngboy apparently had no issue creating literal trauma for them all.
Jesus, yeah, no, Youngboy is a certified crash out, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that whole spiel with him and Yaya was insane. Insane.
Namely, when he used 2 of his baby mamas as enforcers to handle Arcola, the mother of his son Kyle, after she was viewed as being disrespectful towards him.
What? He sicked 2 of his baby mamas to jump one of his, what? Nah, bro. No, bro. That nigga needs to stay locked up. This is crazy. What? Yo.
In November of 2023,
I ain't never heard of this, bro. What?
She went on live to discuss the situation.
Hitting your son's mom in the face with a gun is crazy. Letting her get hit in the face with a gun is crazy. I left with so much blood, bro. It's blood on my son. Just had to go to Target and grab him a quick little outfit before our flight.
Where many baby mamas are portrayed as leeches by some rappers, Youngboy did this to a woman who didn't seem to be waiting on handout.
So since my son's father got money, I can't work. I could call him for whatever I want right now. Working is a choice for me, but we both are parents.
You might as well not try. Like, there are some baby mamas who are clearly some leeches. Like, what's that one woman? Who is that one woman that went after that really young NBA player, Brittany Rayner? You know, she's doing better now that I've heard, but like, that's clearly a leech. You can't. The issue with rappers and celebrities in general is that people literally become fans of these celebrities, and then they just delude themselves into thinking that these people can do no wrong. You know, like, these people are saints. These people, their words are Bible, basically. Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? I can like YoungBoy's music, which is hit or miss for me. I can like YoungBoy's music, but I can still actively say, yeah, this nigga is terrible as a person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that delusional.
I would like just let him do everything for my son. That's like cheating on a test in my eyes. So I'm going to take care of my son by any means.
Over the years, YoungBoy has feuded with the vast majority of his baby mamas, even encouraging feuds between them.
It's insane that you're beefing with your baby mamas. Like, I can't believe this, bro. I can't believe we're glazing over the fact that he sicked 2 of his baby mamas to attack another one. That's insane.
At one point, Yaya Mayweather, daughter of Floyd Mayweather.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Look, bro. Yeah, no, YoungBoy, you were crazy for this one. This is not something.
And mom of one of YoungBoy's kids got 6 years of probation for stabbing YB's other baby mama, LaPatra Jacobs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The issue with Yaya is, number one, first of all, she looks too much like Floyd. She looks way too much like Floyd. This is freaky to me. It's kind of freaky how much she looks like Floyd. Secondly, she's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. So
now, the kids might be young currently, but what kind of impact will this have on them in the years to come? Well, stay tuned to find out a little later. But what we do know is that all of YoungBoy's 11 children probably won't be thrilled to hear that their dad isn't really into having kids in the first place.
I'm not really big on it, to be honest. I'm only like in here because you here. Because I'm not the type like to sugarcoat nothing, but I'm 4 walls all day.
Unsurprisingly, this led to massive
4 walls all day
backlash for YoungBoy, who was seen carrying on a cycle that's all too common in the inner city communities he's escaped from. Among the most vocal critics was Charlemagne, who went off on him on The Breakfast Club.
I didn't know I would have to say this, but my brothers, that is whack. All right, so many of us come from broken homes. So many of us had fathers or mothers that weren't big on having kids. But what bothers me about statements like this is NBA YoungBoy talks that gangster talk in his records. Not only does he talk that gangster talk, he talks that big money talk. Well, in the words of Jay-Z, a man that don't take care of his family can't be rich. So don't talk money talk to me if you're not big on fatherhood. And as far as being gangster, you can kill thousands of people in your records, but if you're not big on fatherhood, you're not G at all.
Yeah, yeah, for real, bro. Because the kids didn't ask to be born. The kids didn't ask to be brought into this life. You know, it's not fair to them that you get to do this to them. You get to force them to have to start life, you know. And mind you, bro, life already sucks enough as it is. You know, it's crazy to have your dad just saying, I didn't really want this kid anyway. Like, what? That's crazy work, bro.
And if we know one thing about YoungBoy, is that it's inadvisable to provoke him, and this, of course, led to a diss track.
Act a donkey. What happened to the sound? Hold on.
As far as being gangster, you can kill thousands of people in your records, but if you're not big on...
Inadvisable to provoke him, and this, of course, led to a diss track.
Act a donkey. Hey, tell Charlemagne, oh, he must have cut this through the copyright. All he gotta do is pull up on me, nigga, and talk to me face to face so I could bat you in your shit. That's crazy work.
The point where Charlemagne is actively using his record as an absentee parent against him by using his baby mamas. However, the same cannot be said for Chief Keef. Exploding onto them.
I don't know nothing about Chief Keef and his baby mamas, for real. I don't keep up with too many rappers. I don't even like keeping up with rappers' personal lives. Who do I look like trying to keep up with their baby mamas? Like, that's not, you know, that's not information I'm gonna seek out. If it's like presented in front of me as a headline and I see it and I glance it, you know, that's how I learn about that. I didn't even know Future had that many baby mamas. I didn't know YoungBoy had 11 kids. I knew he was up there with Nick Cannon, but I didn't know exactly how many. I had no idea about him pinning them against each other. That's crazy work. My nigga, what? You know, I don't know nothing about Chief Keef. I like Chief Keef's music. I barely know nothing about him. I barely know nothing about his kids. I don't even know how many kids he has.
The map at just 16 years old. Sosa definitely never tried to act like he was some kind of role model, and nor should anyone view him as one. But there's no denying that he's a casualty of what fame and temptation can lead to. Although it was initially believed that he had 5 kids to 5 women, documents filed during hearings over his child support payments revealed that he had 4 more children to 4 more women.
Jesus.
That's 9 kids in total. And according to the transcripts of what was said, Keef did not want to pay for any of them. Wow. During the hearings, Keef said that he makes $9,000 a month with $9,000 in expenses, basically implying that he breaks even every month and is left with nothing. Despite
he makes $9,000 a month with $9,000 expenses. Okay, we all know this nigga lied, right? We know he lied, right? There's no way Chief Keef only makes $9K a month.
Despite this, the judge ordered that he pay $564 a month to each of these women to help pay for the child. Considering that, for a time at least, he was one of the hottest prospects in rap, that figure seemed a little slim. Exactly. Whatever was the case, people couldn't believe that Keef would do that without thinking of the damage to the children. Literal definition of trashiness. That's disgusting. 4 kids who will be screwed up for life. Beyond that, Erica Early, a woman who is 15 years older than him and had his first child
15 years older than him
when he was 18, wanted him thrown in jail.
Let me do some quick maths because I need to confirm what I just heard. Okay, you said, walk with me here, 18 plus 15. So this man busted in a 33-year-old.
Jail over unpaid child support, eventually campaigning for $500,000 from him.
Once again, man, all I'm gonna say is, bro, the kids don't deserve none of this, but 33 smashing an 18-year-old is insane work. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at you kind of crazy.
Result, he now pays her $2,500 per month. But while all that publicly fighting over money can't be good for the kid in the long run, and there's no question marks about whether or not she's basically groomed an 18-year-old in the first place.
Yeah.
It doesn't compare to one of Sosa's other baby mamas, Slim Danger.
Slim Danger?
Pop, there's a negative stereotype that women are out there actively trying to get a baby by a rapper to secure a bag. But while this isn't true for everyone, it's clear that they're out there. Namely, Slim Danger herself.
Oh, Jesus.
Woman who previously slept with Lil Durk and Lil Baby, among others. Slim Danger.
Oh, no.
Danger revealed on a podcast with a similarly infamous.
This is her?
Miss Selena Powell, that she actively sought out Sosa to try and have a kid.
Wait, which one is her? Which one is Slim? Hold on. Slim Danger, bro. That's what kind of stupid ass name is that? Is this her? Yeah, it's gotta be her, right? I ain't gonna lie, all 3 are chopped. Pork chops. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like being mean, but golly.
With a similarly infamous Selena Powell, that she actively sought out Sosa to try and have a kid with him.
So I didn't get pregnant yet. So I was like, I gotta do a little more manifestation. I gotta get pregnant for this dude with this big ass dick.
Having previously considered other options, she then realized.
Look at this side profile, bro. You really let this woman.
Realized that Keef wasn't the one to play with.
I told him, I was like, hey, I'm pregnant. He was like, join the crew. I was like, damn, wrong. Fucking.
What the hell?
I told him, I was like, hey, I'm pregnant. He was like, join the crew. I was like, damn, wrong fucking rapper at the time.
After hearing.
I just can't. Okay. First of all, Slim Danger is a ridiculous name. You know what I'm saying? The only thing dangerous about you is your coochie, apparently, because that motherfucker, the pH is probably on the same level as the Yellowstone supervolcano. What are we talking about? It's so freaky to see people, and mind you, do not let this creature make you think that all rapper baby mamas are like this. But this is ridiculous work, and I'm sorry, Chief, but that's your L. That's on you, gang. There's no way you didn't know. There's no way you didn't see the signs.
Hearing that, people were shocked about how she basically used the eventual kid, Zinc, as a ploy, only to leave him with eventual issues when it comes back around. It's crazy how nonchalant she is about her son not having a relationship with his father, even joking about it. That kid's gonna need a lot of therapy with the parents he had.
Exactly, bro, because imagine growing up and finding out your mom is quite literally a bob. Like, what?
As if all that wasn't bad enough, Slim then started siding with Sosa's allies when she made peace with the fact that she wasn't getting what she wanted from him, putting him on blast and aligning with Tekashi 6ix9ine. But
yeah, no, bro, there's no redemption arc for this person.
Even he wasn't spared humiliation at her hands.
Let's see, how could I put this? I suck this. Who got a bigger Chief Keef?
6ix9ine was small. How big? He was about a 4.5, 5.
Like, what are we talking about, bro? What? What are we doing? Why is this it? First of all, Louaista, why did you put this in the video, bro? I didn't need to know Tekashi's meat girth. Like, I didn't need to know that, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. It's like it's somebody put a Rolex on the hood crackhead. That's what I'm getting from this woman. Somebody put a rollie on the hood the hood crackhead. Like, this is crazy work. Her shit look like they about to fall out her head.
6ix9ine was small. How big? He was about a 4.5, 5.
Although having a kid with the wrong woman did damage to Keef's credibility in the short term, he's still very much seen as a hero in the genre, even with his kids being left without a father. However, when it comes to baby mama drama arising from dealing with a woman who'd happily air your dirty laundry, no one
Here we go about Freddie, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. I really like Freddie. I really like Freddie's music. This is finna be hard to listen to because this is like this is freaky. It's freaky to know that I have this man in my phone on my Spotify.
Miscalculated quite like Freddie Gibbs. A while back, Freddie Gibbs was dating an adult film star who went by the name of Destiny Cream.
See, look, Destiny Creams. I'm not putting my penis nowhere near somebody named Destiny Creams. Are you crazy? What the hell are we talking about? Secondly, bro.
A while back, Freddie Gibbs was dating an adult film star who went by the name of Destiny.
I'ma just go ahead and say it, bro. It's like, it's damn near scientific at this point that women with short hair are absolutely, they either are the sweetest people on the planet or they're the most toxic people you're ever gonna see.
Cream. Over time, they got closer, and when she
are those tattoos on her
fell
head?
Pregnant with his kid, they were still.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Why do you have tattoos on your scalp?
On good terms. However, once things got chaotic, she didn't hesitate to trash him.
It was like watching the downfall of Freddie Gibbs. When he first contacted me, I didn't know who he was.
Why does Academics this look like a fake taxi scene? Why does Academics have this picture of her pulled up? Why does Academics have the picture of her? This looks like it's fake taxi, bro. And don't ask how I'm able to guess that from the picture. You know what? I'm gonna shut up.
Was right. And then when I met up with him, he built himself up to be like this, you know, vice lord and like gangster and like coke rapper, whatever. Like built himself up to be someone that I could always feel protected with and trust.
Why would him being somebody said niggle. Okay. He said niggle. Why that's making me laugh, bro? I'm trying to add. Okay, why does him being this coke lord make you feel protected? Like, this is crazy work, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, she's a porn star. Like, we knew what it was. Everybody knew what it was except Freddie, apparently.
And then I slowly saw his downfall, like after we got beat up, and I saw like how that affected him. I saw, how, and he even made a comment to me. He was like, I feel like you don't respect me after what happened in Buffalo. Whenever he would like rep his set, it would make me feel like, okay, he knows people that know people that know people that can protect me, right?
Why are you so concerned about that?
Right? And I always felt protective around him and his friends. And then when I saw that he wasn't really like that, I was like, oh shit, like what's going on? This person is not who he says he is.
So you wanted yourself somebody with connections. I'm not gonna lie, that says a lot about you. Freddie makes good music, but I've never really cared for his personality. I know he be tweaking out on Twitter, and like I said, niggas be calling him Spready Gibbs on Twitter.
Taken from one of his closest allies to an enemy overnight over allegations that he had ghosted her, she would go on to release a diss track against him and even take photos with Benny the Butcher following his chain getting snatched in Buffalo.
That's crazy.
Let me tell you about a bum nigga named Freddie. One day he slid up in my DM, he was begging to get me. I let him shoot his shot, I never thought it'd get messy. I gave him life and this dummy turned into a deadbeat.
Once the track was
Is he a deadbeat for real?
released, she sounded off about her motivations, even as some pleaded with her that two wrongs don't make a right. Freddie has not been around since I was 3 months pregnant, way before any of my shenanigans. Y'all gotta stop making excuses for men who snake their own seeds.
That is crazy work.
He himself only posted that he loves 3 of the kids he claims. He has never met our son, does not want to, and does not help financially. He is pathetic. Among the nastiest...
If that's true, then yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, she has every right to crash out. Not post that, whatever the hell that was.
Among the nastiest wars in recent memory, things between Destiny and Freddie were so tense that at one stage, she even considered raffling off the name of his kid to his sworn enemy, Academics.
What? Oh yeah, they do have a lot of beef, don't
Freddie, what you didn't know and you're gonna hear her admit is that when she hit me up, your child was already 2 months cooking in that belly. When she appeared on Adam 22 Plug Talk, your child was a little bit more than baby batter at that point. That's Freddie Jr. in that gun.
But a strange thing happened since then, as even after she dropped...
Oh yeah, here we go, bro. Here we go. Oh my Jesus. Yeah, gang. Yeah, I would go radio silent after this. I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
The infamous pic of him doing what she claimed a while back on X that earned him the name Spready Gibbs. Even his...
I'm telling you, bro. I would be crashing out. This is legitimate reason to crash out. Like, this is actual reason to crash out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gotta die for this.
Own enemy, Academics, felt for him.
I remember thinking, nah, ain't no way, ain't no fucking way. By the way, she had said she probably would never drop it, but clearly, they always say, hell hath no fury.
From Carlos to Spready Gibbs.
Worse than a woman's scorn. And I gotta be honest with you, man. That shit ruined my day. It ruined my lunch.
Look, the picture, what Louaista just posted is the most amount of picture. It's the first time I've even seen the outline of that picture, bro. That's already pushing. That's pushing it far enough. I don't need to see nothing else.
Nigga, I haven't eaten since I seen that motherfucking picture.
Now you know you lying like hell, Academics. I don't know why you said that.
From there, he even suggested to Freddie that the fact that his new partner is on OnlyFans should be a clear-cut sign to avoid the same trajectory.
Why? Yeah, why are you doing that, Freddie? Come on, Freddie. Come on, bro. OnlyFans women, porn stars and OnlyFans girls have almost no shame, bro.
I'm not gonna relish.
And why are you sending? Yo, I'm just gonna say it. Why are you sending pictures of your bungus to your girl? Like this? Why would you do that? On everything I love, if I was into that for some reason, not even Batman could get that out of me. Yeah. Jesus, bro.
In that happening. All I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a good warning. Watch out for this next one, because she fit in the same bill as the first one already. OnlyFans, check.
In the game of rap, any conceivable weakness that you have will be used against you, and if you got a baby mama like Freddie or Chief Keef, you're sure to be in for a rough time.
Yeah,
but
real.
The issue of rap's baby mama epidemic goes a lot deeper than being embarrassed by your peers. As studies have
It's the money, and it's the damage to the kids. But on the surface level, it's the public perception that people seem to like put under a magnifying glass a lot of the times, but really it's the kids and it's the money that you also have to pay.
Shown in 1996, 70% of inmates in state juvenile detention centers serving long sentences were raised by single mothers. But it's not all on the women, as the figures are only slightly lower for single dads, to the point that without both parents having a stake in their lives, there's always a potential for damage. And more often than not, that's exactly what happens. So while the fact of doting fathers tend to be beloved in the culture, think Kendrick Lamar, Ice Cube, J. Cole, and Snoop, not being viewed as a deadbeat by their peers or bashed by baby mamas isn't the only reason why rappers should feel obligated to take care of their kids.
I was about to say, yeah, you shouldn't do it just because you don't want to get bashed. You should do it because you brought a life into this world and you should want to nurture it.
Kids. The real reason is to do what's right for them. Because while a lot of the men discussed have a lot of kids with different women, having multiple baby mamas doesn't make you a deadbeat either. Just look at the example set by Lil Wayne.
Okay, I was about to say, I didn't think Lil Wayne ever had baby mama drama.
Weezy had his first kid at just 16, and overall, he has 4 kids with 4 baby mamas. Rather than all the public disses back and forth, both Weezy's kids and their mothers have nothing but praise for how he's conducted himself. My dad taught me a lot about just being in the industry, period, Regina Carter said in an interview. With him being in the industry since he was 12 years old, he taught me to just keep a thick skin, always be true to myself, never let no one tell me what I can and cannot do.
I feel so glad that Lil Wayne is dope. I need to I need to react to that album that he had called Rebirth. Yeah, I need to react. I got to react to the Ice Spice album and I got to react to the Rebirth album. It's not finna be a good weekend for me.
As you know from his rhymes, Weezy isn't the most modest person in the world, so he has boasted about his role in his kids' lives too. I'm not on child support with any of these kids because I'm a great father, so good parenting is not determined by how much money you're paying at all.
Exactly.
That's not what it's about. It's about being there and being the most important person in their life.
The Lollipop rapper is currently being sued by the producer of the hit. Yeah, okay. First of all, why are you calling him a lollipop rapper? Like, this is insane where you're acting like Weezy has never had... Lollipop is not his biggest hit. What are we doing? Yo.
But rather than being just empty words from him, baby mamas like Lauren London have also praised Weezy for taking his share of responsibility to enable the women he has kids with to pursue their own dreams as well. I'm blessed that I'm not parenting alone, Lauren London said. I have help and I get to do what I love. Wayne is a great dad. He's a great father. I have no complaints.
That's how easy it is, bro. Imagine how much more peaceful your life is knowing that you don't have people who are going to try to destroy you for legitimate reasons.
As for why he's this way, Wayne credits his mother for teaching him to do right by his children above all else.
Her, because I have no father. You know what I mean? I lost my father early, as I probably knew him for a good 6-7 years of my life before that happened. Other than that, man, my real pops, he walk around some damn way. I'm sure he pissed, because I go super hard, and I know you got friends that be like, nigga, you don't know that nigga? That.
Unlike many...
Yo, Wayne's real dad must not tell nobody about that. Like, I would never let nobody know that I was a deadbeat to a rap legend.
Of his peers who continued the cycle of
Jesus, this nigga's dreads though. Good lord, bro.
Abandonment. Weezy essentially intended to be the father he never had, and led with the example laid down by the woman in his life.
Yeah, it's all her though. Yeah. All her. Taught me how not to be that.
Really?
You know what I mean? Talking about how not the farthest of the first from being the immigrant mother. That was the thing. We're gonna teach this young boy how to be a man.
Exactly.
Now, regularly seen courtside with his son Cameron at sports games, Wayne shouldn't be seen as special for looking after his kids. But in an era of baby mama drama, he stands out as an example of what not to do when fame and fortune provides you with all the opportunity to be as reckless as you could.
Exactly, and you gotta remember, Wayne it almost don't get no higher than Wayne. I mean, the only people you could say higher than Wayne is maybe Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? And he's still a good father, so there's literally no excuse to not be a deadbeat.
With plenty of people already wanting to hate on hip-hop whenever they can, the baby mama epidemic just gives them another reason to tear it down, leaving so many kids in emotional anguish in the process. So in the future, let's hope that people can lead by Weezy's example rather than Future or Sosa's approach.
Please, for the love of God, please, man, get it snipped. Vasectomies are reversible, okay? Remember that. If you absolutely hate condoms, that vasectomies are reversible as long as you go to a good enough doctor. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my tip for today. Okay, good video. Shout out to Louaista, and yeah, man, bro. Yo.